What's going on, guys? This is Jacob Bratz with JOB Morelia. Today I'm going to be talking about how I keep my West Papuan carpets from hatchlings up to adults. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. This is a hatchling West Papuan carpet that I produced this year. I do really simple setups because they're cheap, they're easy, and they're effective. Basically, I use these six quart hefty racks or hefty tubs, and then for a hide, I just use a cut piece of paper towel roll. They're easy, they're replaceable, and quick, easy, cheap. And then I use this green fencing for some of them to perch on because babies really do enjoy being off the ground. I can tell you, every single baby in my room right now is up on their perch. It's been really effective. All the babies have been eating well. All of them have been going to the bathroom. They've all eaten every time they've been offered food. Everybody's doing very, very well. We're set up on a rack with belly heat on the back. And yeah, about a 87 to 89 degree hot spot is about what I shoot for. But this has worked really well for me. I know this probably isn't your average setup. A lot of people use racks, and nothing wrong with that at all. I use a form of a rack. For me, it's a cheaper route, and it's very effective for me. Alright, so this is what I would consider the next step up from the hatchlings. This is a VE tub. I can't remember the exact size. It's from Reptile Basics. It's not their smallest tub. They offer 3 different sizes for their racks. Really skinny one, the same length, this one, and then one that's also the same length but a lot wider, which I will show you in a little bit. I don't have any of the small ones. So basically how I have this set up is the same thing with the water dish, the 2-inch cup holder. And then with that, I also have this perch. This is a specialty enclosures design perch specifically for this tub. And I offered some plants on there because these animals aren't that big and I wanted a little bit more cover, and plus it looks nice, especially when we're taking pictures. Then a hide box, I put that underneath. And then we have our F1 West Papuan carpet python. Substrate, I use indented craft paper. It works really well. Only downside to it is you have to cut it. I don't mind it that much, and I really like the way it looks, like the way it feels. Gives a little bit of a texture to it. I use this for most of my setups now, and I really like it. I found this works really well. It gives them a place to hide, over their hot spot to digest food, and when they want to come out during the night and kind of get into hunting mode, they can come out and perch and hide under the leaves and stuff. I know these are just tubs and they're just a rack system, but I try to do what I can to provide my animals with options to do things. I know that a lot of them like to be elevated, so I like to give them that option even in a tub, and these perches work very, very well for them. This is an F1 West Papuan produced by Stephen Katz. This is the female. I also have a male in the exact same setup. But next I'm going to show you a similar setup in the same size tub for an animal that's slightly larger, but I'll show you that in a minute. Setup is very, very similar. I'm just gonna go over it real quick. It's got the same perch, but it's the same type of hide, just the next size up. It's a little bit bigger. And then I've got a bigger water dish. This one has a bigger cup holder, bigger plastic cup. And the reason for this is this animal is a little bit larger than the ones I just showed you. In a bigger setup, his food response was much lower. He went off food for a while and he wasn't doing well in something bigger, so I decided to bring him down a little bit And since he's been in here, he's been eating like a champ. He hasn't skipped a meal. He's done extremely well in this setup. Once he gets a little bit bigger, he'll be upgraded to the next size tub up, which will hopefully be in a couple months because he's been in here now for a little while, and I think he's almost due for an upgrade. So this would be my next step up in the tub size. This is a VE tub and a Reptile Basics rack. This is the largest tub they offer for the VE6 rack that I got from them. Again, this is simple. I got most of this stuff from Lowe's except for the plants, but this is just cut HDPE pipe. I used that as a hide. I wanted to cover up more space because he's not a big snake, and this is, you know, a decent sized tub, so I wanted to fill it up a little bit more, so I gave him a bigger hide box. That's also why I added the plants, give him more security, but I also wanted to give him space. The PVC pipe, again, you know, like I said with the other ones, I always try to give my animals opportunity to perch. Pretty much all of my setups have some type of perching opportunity in them. And then again, like you saw in the last tub, I've got the cup holder with the plastic cup in it. And again, the indented craft paper for substrate. This setup has worked very well for me. I've been running it for the past couple months. This is, I don't want to handle them much because they just ate yesterday. This is a farmed male West Papuan carpet python. I think he's about to go into a shed cycle, so he's a little dull right now, but he's got a lot of heavy blacks. I got him in last year, so really good looking animal. He'll hopefully be in the breeding rotation coming soon. So next I'm going to show you my 3-foot cage setups. I know some people may have a problem with this size cage. I use 12-inch tall cages. I'm not afraid to admit that. They work really well for your 3-foot cages and your smaller animals. 12 inches, believe it or not, is tall enough to add a perch in, and actually I fit 2 in here. I've got my first carpet python I ever had in here, and she does really well, but basically how this is set up, I can't think of the name of the substrate. So for substrate, I'm actually using ReptiChip in this one. I'm not a big fan of loose substrate. This was more of a trial thing, so I gave it a shot. And it's not bad if you like loose substrate, but I just prefer paper. And again, same water dish, but in here I actually have a shelf. You can buy these plastic 4-tier shelves at Walmart for $15. They come with legs that separate each of the units, and you can cut them down to size, and they make perfect shelves for your cages. And on the other side here, I have a PVC pipe set up. To be honest, she never leaves her shelf. She's always there. Sometimes she'll go under her hide, because underneath the shelf I do have a hide box as well, and that's where she has her heat, because I do run belly heat on my cage systems. So when she's digesting food, she'll go under there, but any other time she's sitting on her shelf, you know, waiting to get fed again. She has done extremely well in this system. She's been in here for several months. She never skips a meal and is an extremely healthy carpet. That's the 3-foot cage. The exact dimensions on this cage are 3 foot long by 2 foot wide by 12 inches tall. This is a Vivarium Electronics cage, which I purchased from Reptile Basics. Alright, so you guys will have to forgive my dirty cage. The video really wasn't planned that much. We just kind of decided to do it, so I didn't really clean much. This cage is another Vivarium Electronics from Reptile Basics. This one is 4 foot long by 2 foot wide by 15 inches tall. You know, they also offer a 4 by 2 by 12, but in this size cage I do prefer the 15. It really adds, you know, more than you would think. But in here, again, I have the shelf. I can't recommend the shelves enough, guys. If you're running cages and you're using carpets, go with shelves. They are fantastic, and carpets love them. Because they don't perch like a green tree python. They like to lay out flat, and these really give them the opportunity. Every single one of my animals that has one of these is almost never leaves it. But I also have a PVC setup in here for him, because he does like to move around a whole lot. I originally built this for the 3-foot cage, and it's fitted for that, and it works really well. But when I upgraded him to this enclosure, I brought his perch over, and it worked out really well. He utilizes it a lot. And then nice big water dish here, and again, indented craft paper. Belly heat on this side. Hotspot of about 88 degrees. That's normally what I go for. 86 to 88 is kind of my money spot, and that goes for all the tubs that I showed you before. As far as hotspots go, ambient temps in my room are about 79 degrees. Again, this is just how I do things. Cut out that thumbs up part, by the way. That was dumb. That was dumb. So real quick, this is just a V70 setup I have. Again, this is really simple. I don't have perches in these because of the size of the animals and the height of the tub. Plan on all these going into cages eventually, but these can hold these hold my smaller adult West Papuans. The setups work really well. The carpets really thrive in there. I do prefer cages, but this works for the time being. Again, indented craft paper, same water dish setup, and then a nice big hide box back there. And this is a V70 tub, and another Vivarium Electronics product for their CB70, again purchased from Reptile Basics. All of my systems my cages, my racks are all from RBI. I can't recommend them. Can't recommend them more. So this whole rack is set up just like this. And again, this is actually the mom to the clutch that hatched this year, so she's bouncing back really well. You can tell she's very alert, and she would probably bite me if I reached in there. But very gorgeous animal, and she's doing really well. Back on feeding, great. She just ate yesterday. Oh man.
Shit.
All right, guys. Well, this has been another episode of THP TV.
We've been slack.
We know we have.
I've been putting some on my YouTube channel, my personal one, like crazy the last week. I've been bored, so I get home and I got nothing better to do, so I've just been cranking out some videos and hoping to keep this going too. So.
We're definitely going to try and get better at it, so we're going to try and put one out. Put more videos out much more often on THP, and I'm actually even looking into starting my own YouTube channel as well.
I need to get some herping videos done too.
Yes, we need to do some herping as well, get all that done, and we need to get out there. It's peak season right now.
30 seconds. All right, so please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram. Follow the show on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all that good stuff. We're running out of camera space, so we will see y'all later.